my lord, just before Advocate Msholelo continues, the statement of Ms. Yolande Moeng was initially marked as Exhibit C3B. C3B. But C3A are the photos of Musia of the master copy depicting a white cell phone on the TV stand. We think that it doesn't belong there. Yeah. We just want to rename it, my lord, to keep it together with all the documents that were handed in through Brigadier Gininda.
Yeah.
Up to now, we have Exhibit ZZ6. These are warning statements.
Yeah, ZZ6. Yeah.
Yes, so this will be ZZ7, the statement of Ms. Yolanda Moeng. We'll just hand up a copy.
Z7.
Yes.
Okay, Yolanda Moeng.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, yes.
Thank you, my lord. Brick, can you proceed now?
I'm still under oath, Brigadier. Yes, my lord.
I'm going to put these few versions for your comment, Brigadier.
Yes, my lord.
That accused number 5 will say that on the 26th of October 2014, he was at work in Boksburg from the morning to the afternoon, which is 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock on that day. And thereafter, he moved to George Koch Hostel, wherein he met with accused number 3 and 4.
I do know that they were together that day, my lord. In other words, the accused 3, 4, 5, but later joined by 1 and 2.
Umsolo wesihlanu ke uthi ke ngelanga la nge-26 October 2014 ekseni ke wayoshaya ke ngo2 wayesemsebenzini. Emuva kwalokho ke waseya eGeorge Koch la ahlangana khona ke nomsolo wesithathu kanye nowesine. Ngiyazi ukuthi ke babe ndawonye ngalelo langa ke u3, 4 and 5 kamuva ke base kufika ke naye unumber 1 no2.
I'll then display this version later on through the evidence of the cell phone records. And then secondly, accused number 5 denies that he was with accused number 4, 3, 2 and 1 at Basotho Hostel in Vosloorus as per your evidence.
No, that will be not correct, my lord, because my evidence is based on the investigation, on the outcome of the investigation, and I've referred to the statement of Constable Zungu. I've referred to the statement of Kwabeni, the people who saw, in particular, accused 5 there with the vehicle that he was driving.
Umsolo wesihlanu ke uzothi ke akusilona ke iqiniso ukuthi yena ke wayesebasuthu hostel nomsolo wesine, owesithathu, owesibili kanye nowokuqala. Kodwa ke lokho ke akusilona ke ngazo i26 October 2014 akusilona iqiniso. Ngishilo ke ukuthi ke ubufakazi ke bukhombile noma buyakhomba ke ukuthi ke ngempela ke wayelapho umsolo wesihlanu eBasotho hostel. Khulumile ngaye uSifise Gwabeni uZungu kanye naye ke uConstable uZungu.
Such, my lord, is further mentioned on Exhibit HH and JJ by accused number 2 himself.
Lokho okunye futhi lokho ke kuyaphinda kuyashiwo ke uyena ke umsolo wesibini kulamazibithi ke uHH kanye noJJ.
Accused number 5 will further, can I proceed, my lord? Thank you, my lord. Will further tell this court that he never drove a Polo, which has been described by yourself on the 26th of October at Basotho Hostel in Vosloorus.
Why did you say it has been described by himself? Is that the evidence?
My lord,
that it is described by Brigadier Gininda and not witnesses. Or you are not listening to yourself?
No, not really, my lord. The reason why I framed it like that is because the witness referred to the evidence of Constable Zungu.
Yeah, but that's not his evidence. He says he derives the evidence from statements made by Gwabeni, at least at the Basotho Hostel, and Zungu.
Yes.
But now you are saying he is describing the fact that your client will deny that he was driving that vehicle, as if he is the one who is saying he was there at Basotho Hostel. He's not saying that.
Or maybe, my lord, if I can rephrase
Yeah, you have to.
say as you were told by
That's it.
Constable Zungu.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
just so put it properly.
Thank you, my lord.
So my lord, the evidences
Repeat.
of
Should I repeat, my lord?
Yeah, put it properly.
Thank you.
Accused number
Accused-
5 will deny.
Accused number 5 will deny that he drove the Polo vehicle as you have been told by Constable Zungu on the 26th of August 2014 at Basotho Hostel.
Yeah, my lord, I don't think that will be true because it's not only Constable Zungu who mentions that. Gwabeni mentions that he was driving that vehicle, and as I said, it is further correlated by or mentioned by accused 2 in exhibit HH and JJ that indeed accused 5 was driving a silver Polo, my lord.
Umsolo wesihlanu ke futhi ke uzokuphikisa ke uthi akulona ke iqiniso ukuthi ke nge-26 ka-October 2014 wayeshayela ke iPolo eyayigrey ngombala ke khona ke eBasotho Hostels nanjengoba usho ukuthi watshelwa uyena ke uGwabeni noma ke uConstable Zungu. Akulona ke iqiniso lelo ke ngoba ke yabo kubufakazi bayasho ke noma ubuyasho ukuthi wayeshayela yona kanye futhi naye umsolo wesibili ke kuyitatimende zakhe uHH no JJ uyakusho ke lokho ukuthi umsolo wesihlanu wayeshayela yona leyo moto.
Accused number 5 will also deny that he entered into the bedroom or into the room belonging to Gwabeni at the hostel in the presence of Constable SS Zungu.
My lord, that's not true because like I said, in addition to Constable Zungu, you have to look at Gwabeni, what he says in his statement, but also HH and JJ places accused 5 at some meeting room. I'm just not sure whether it's his room or Gwabeni's room, but there was a room that was used prior to the killing of the deceased in this matter.
Umsolo wesihlanu aqhubekeke futhi athi yena akazeke angene kwikamera ke lakhe ke uGwabeni la khona ke ekwakuyodingidwa noma ke ekabuyoqoqa khona ke lokho ke akusilona ke iqiniso kuyashiwo uyena ke uGwabeni kanye naye ke uConstable uZungu angazi nje ukuthi kwakuyikamera lakhe noma kwakuyeka Gwabeni kanye futhi nakusona ke istatement sakhe ke umsolo wesibili ukuthi ngaphambilini kokuthi umufi abulawe wangenwa ke khona lapho kulelo kamera.
Accused number 5, thank you, madam. Accused number 5 will further deny that he discussed, he planned, together with all the 4 accused who are before this court, the killing of the deceased at Basotho Hostel on the 26th of October 2014 in the room as it has been said before this court.
My lord, that's not what the evidence revealed. The evidence revealed that there was a meeting on the 26th of October 2014 at the hostel. That's where the coming together of the accused is picked up. They left together. The deceased was then killed. They went back to the said hostel. You find that, like I said, my lord, in exhibit HH and JJ. You find that also in supporting statements. What you also find, my lord, is that in exhibit JJ, allegations are made that the trigger point of this whole thing is Miss Kelly Khumalo. In support of that, you then find the communication that was picked up by the cell phone analyst with regard to the calls that were made on the 2nd of August 2014 that links now accused 5 to Miss Kelly Khumalo, and the 15th of August 2014. So the last call of the 15th of October, my apologies, my lord, the second call of the 15th of October 2014, it's about 11 days before. That is the one that we could account for. It's 11 days before the incident took place. And this call was recovered on deleted items of Miss Kelly Khumalo. In other words, there was an effort or an attempt to delete this number, but the analysts were able to recover it. and that number then was linked then to accused number 5.
Umsolo wesihlanu ke futhi ke uzophikisa ke ukuthi ke wayingxenye ke la ekwahlelwa khona ke kwahlolwa phansi kwaqoqwa ke kwase kuthathwa isinqumo ke ukuthi kuzoyobulawa umufike ekwenzeka lokho eBasotho Hostel nge-26 ka-October 2014. Lokho ke akusilona ke iqiniso kunobufakazi ke obukhona kuyatholakala lokho kuzona ke itatimende u-HH no-JJ ukuthi ke kwakunomhlangano owawukhona ke ngaphambilini kokuthi umufi abulawe kwase kuyahanjwa ke umufi wabulawa kwabuyela khona ke kulona lelo hostela kulona ke ihostel lelo futhi ke kanye ke uma kwatholakala nokuthi kwakunokuxhumana okwakukhona phakathi kwakhe umsolwa wesihlanu kanye naye ke uMiss Kelly Khumalo nge-2 ka-August 2014 ne-15 October 2014. Lokho ke kwatholakala ke la khona ke kuma-deleted messages or items akhe ke uMiss Kelly Khumalo ukuthi ke wayefuna ke ukuthi ke lokho kungabonakali kungatholakali kodwa ke abacwaningi bama-cellphone bakuthola.
My lord, lastly, it was further, it is because it's contained in HH and JJ that the last amount, I do recall that the last amount of 30,000 as a payment for this contractual killing that was given to accused number 2 was given by accused number 5 according to exhibit HH and JJ. That is the amount of 30,000 that was added to the 15,000 that he initially received at the hostel.
Okunye futhi ke kuzona ke le statement lesi ke HH no JJ kuya kukhona ke lapho kubhaliwe ke lapho ukuthi ke amount leyo yogcina ke ka 30,000 umsolo wesibili wayinikezwa uyena umsolo wesihlanu.
But that evidence, Brigadier, is inadmissible against accused number 5. You know that. You're doing LLB degree.
Yes, my lord, but like I said, it is admissible insofar as there is consent, but there is, I'm referring to the correlation of events because I'm being told there's a denial, and I'm saying that cannot be true because of the following reason. And that's all that I'm putting it, my lord.
Okay.
Kodwa ke uyazi ke ukuthi lobo bufakazi ke lobo khuluma ngabo ukuthi ke asibona ke ubufakazi obusengasetshenziswa ke ngakuyena umsolo wesihlanu uyakwazi lokho ufundela ke ezomthetho yebo ngakwazi kodwa ke engikushoyo ke ngoba kuthiwa ke lana ke uyaphika ke umsolo wesihlanu ngithi ke ngenxa yalezi izathu lezi ingakho ke ngikusho lokho.
But I also know, my lord, sorry to come in that.
Please don't be long.
Yeah, no, I won't be long. But I also know, my lord, that, and I've said this before, that should accused 2 take a stand and confirm.
No, you cannot say that.
Can I finish?
You cannot say that. Please.
My lord, I was asked if I know the position of the confession, and I'm saying I'm aware that it's not admissible, but I'm also aware that should accused 2 take a stand and agree to what is contained in that confession, that can be used as evidence against the accused. I also know that.
That's a
I'm being asked what I
speculation.
know.
That's a speculation, Kininda. That's a speculation.
My lord, I'm being asked as to what I know, my lord.
These are legal concepts, and Brigadier Gininda is right. There's authority to, to that effect.
Okay, can I move on with the version?
Yes, my lord.
Because otherwise we'll be arguing on nothing and waste the court's time. The next version for the accused is that the accused will deny that he ever drove the Polo motor vehicle as referred to on the 26th of October 2014 to the crime scene, which is at Fort Loras, Hutlanong Street, when the incident took place in this matter.
My lord, Exhibit HH and JJ says he drove the vehicle. He was the one that was guarding the vehicle. He drove the getaway car. He remained in the vehicle when the incident was committed, and he drove the vehicle back to Basotho Hostel.
Umsolo wesihlanu futhi kaphinda akuphikeke ukuthi ke yena ke ngelanga la nge-26 October 2014 wayeshayela ke imoto lena ekuyipolo ipolo Vivo eyayigrey ngombala. Exhibit HH no JJ uyasho ke ukuthi uyena ke wayeshayela leyo moto wasala ke emotweni ngathi ke abanye noma ke isigameko lesi senzeka ke wayeshayela futhi imoto ukubuyela khona ke eBasotho Hostel.
Okay, accused number 5 will also deny that he ever agreed with the 4 accused together with Ms. Kelly Khumalo to commit the offense in the furtherance of the common purpose in this case.
My lord, like I said, the evidence in the docket says otherwise. The first part of Ms. Kelly Kumalo, there is communication links on those dates that indeed he spoke to Ms. Kelly Kumalo. The accused, all of them, this is now accused 5 with the other 4 accused, are placed at Basutini Hostel, my lord, by the witnesses I've referred to, Zungu, Kwabeni, and in addition, what is contained in the 2 exhibits prior to the commission of this offense, they left together with that understanding that they are going to kill the deceased. It was discussed at the hostel. There was a clear understanding that when they are going there, the deceased will be killed. They departed. There was a struggle. Indeed, the deceased was shot. They came back, my lord. When they came back, it is contained also in the statements that accused number 1 was the first to announce in the celebration that they've heard that the deceased has been killed. It is contained in the evidence, my lord, in the statements and in the statement of Zungu, where, Zungu being Kwabeni now, where assertions are made that he was even shocked because it was before they could hear this thing on the news that now Senzo Meiwa has been killed. So that assertion will not be correct, my lord.
Angeke kube lona ke iqiniso uma ethi ke akazange ke ahlanganyeleke noma bendawonye nabanye abasolwa ke abawu4 futhi ke babemqondo munye ke ukuthi ke kanye behlanganisa naye ke uMiss Kelly Khumalo ukuthi kuzobulawa ke yena ke umufi lokho akusilona ke iqiniso ngoba yena ke uZungu uGwabeni baya kusho ke lokho ukuthi ke babendawonye ke khona lapha yana ehostel kungaphambilini kokuthi ke abulawe umufi uma behamba ke besuka khona lapho beya la umufi ayekhona ke bahamba ke bazi bonke ukuthi ke la baya khona kuyobulawa yena ke umufi kanye futhi ke naye ke uHH kanye naye ke uJJ kukhona ke kuyatholakala khona lapho.
Furthermore, accused number 5 will tell this court that he never received any money from Kelly Khumalo and he never paid any of the accused, or he never gave any money to any of the accused.
That's not correct, my lord. The statement, the evidence rather that we've got, and I can that's why I will refer specific to HH and JJ, is that accused 2 received the 30,000 at least, because there I recall from accused number 5, and I've said, my lord, that it will make no logic. I've said it yesterday, that if people are acting in common purpose, others will receive money and others will not receive money.
Is that a speculation, or is the evidence before this court that others received money and others did not receive?
My lord, I've said logic. I think
that's
how I phrase it, my lord. I didn't say it's evidence before court. I said logic, to me at least, will dictate that if people act in common purpose and we have evidence that others receive money, it will not make sense, my lord, that others will not receive. And I'm saying logic to me, my lord.
Futhi ke umsola wesihlanu ke uthi ke yena ke akazeke athole imali kuyena uKelly Khumalo nokuthi yena ke anikezeke abasola noma ke umunye abasolwa ke imali lokho ke akusilona ke iqiniso ngoba lokho kukhona ke kuyena ke exhibit HH ukuthi ke umsola wesibili la asho khona ke ukuthi ke yazi ke khulumile ngawo 30,000 awuthola kuyena ke umsolwa wesihlanu. Futhi ke ngishilo ngaye izolo ke ngathi ke angeke kube yinto ke uma uyilalele ezwakalayo ke ukuthi abanye uma ukuthi abantu bahlangeneke noma bamqondo munyeke ngokwenza into ukuthi abanye bakhokhelwe base abanye bengakhokhelwe.
Unfortunately, Brigadier, that logic is not the evidence before this court.
But my lord, I thought the 2 confessions were admitted by the court, and if they are, it is contained there that accused 2 received the 30,000 from accused number 5. It's contained in exhibit HH and JJ.
Kodwa ke ngikwazi ukuthi le statement embili ke inkantolo ke izamukeleke njengobufakazi ke ngaphambi kwayo futhi ke lokho ke kubhaliwe khona lapho kule statement uHH no JJ ukuthi ke umsolo wesibili wathola ke 30,000 kuyena umsolo wesihlanu.
Thank you, Brigadier. Can we go to exhibit S, photo number 17? You have already been referred to that picture, but I just want to confirm one thing with you as the lead and senior investigator in this matter.
Yes, my lord.
From the look of buildings that are depicted in that picture, accused number 5 says that is where he met with accused number 3, and that place is not Basotho Hostel in Vosloorus, but it is George Koch Hostel in Johannesburg. Do you have any comment?
Yeah, but my lord, from where I'm standing, I don't see any markings of George Koch, and I was not given an opportunity to look. If it was given to me to say this place is situated at a specific place in George Koch Hostel, and I had to go and verify it because it's an alibi of now accused 5, I would have gladly done it. But from looking at the picture, I only see a building, and I can't now really say it's George Koch because I don't see anything that tells me that it is George Koch, my lord.
Lana ke mina ngibona ibility kuphela kukho okungibonayo ekuyinkomba kumina ukuthi lena ke iGeorge Koch. Uma kuukuthi ke isikhathi ke noma ithuba ke bekunikeziwe kuthiwe ke le ndawo indawo ethize eGeorge Koch angihambe ke ngiyoqinisekisa ke bengizokwenza lokho.
The best inference I can refer to or look at, my lord, is to see where was the cell phone location of accused number 3 around that time. So I can only comment around that. I can't simply look at the building and say it's George Koch. I'm unable to assist with that.
Can I give you that homework to do it over the weekend?
To find the location of the cell phone as to where it was this time.
Yes.
My lord, I can, but the difficulty I'm going to have is that when you look at the cell phone records in terms of the time that you find, which is an open account, from what I've heard when I received the report from Colonel Stein, is that there's a time difference because these are downloads. It's not actually the time that is depicted in real times. In other words, in the records you'll get a real time timing that will be documented. Here, when you look at the downloads, there's a 2-hour difference. I just don't know how it works, so I don't want to come now and give a wrong assertion to the court. But if one is to look at the real time section 205, so I will be able to say that around this time, on the real time, this is where the phone was, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it corresponds with the downloads, my lord, because I do know that they said there's a difference issue, my lord.
Sorry, who have shown on that picture for the court's records?
It's accused number 3 on the left, my lord,
No, I'm
and
asking
accused...
Advocate Mshololo.
It's accused number 5 and accused number 3.
Accused number
5 and accused number 3.
Accused number 3.
Yes, my lord, the accused version is that the picture depicted there is the building of a George Koch hostel in Johannesburg. Then my question to the witness, although he has gone far and far away, was I just ask, can you confirm if that picture depicted there is that one of George Koch or that one of Basotho Hostel? And I'm asking that with due respect.
Who are you asking?
The witness, my lord.
Is it proper?
My lord,
No, I'm just asking, is it proper?
It is proper, my lord, because he is the investigating
just
office.
Listen to me.
Yes,
when
ma-
he comes and contradicts that, what are you going to say? Are you with me?
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, as long as you've heard me.
But I'm entitled.
No. You've heard me, fine. If you want to go and ask him to do whatever, fine. That's your risk, or your client's risk.
Can I proceed?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Keninda, my question to you, if you can be able to respond. If you cannot be able to respond, let's move on and not waste the court's time. Because I just want to get the confirmation as the investigating officer. If you were not the investigating officer, I thought maybe you had an opportunity to look at the evidence that is contained in your docket. That's why I'm asking this question. And there is no harm if we have not searched or if we have not confirmed and you just say, no, I cannot confirm which area it's that.
My lord, that's what I said, my lord, that looking at the picture, I'm
Yes.
unable to say this is George Koch or Basotho because I will need more evidence to say that, my lord.
It's
On the
enough.
picture itself, I can't say it, my lord.
Uma ngibheke nje isithombe kuphela ke akukho ke ongangisilekelela ungisiza ukuthi ngisho ukuthi iyona iGeorge Koch noma ke akusiyona iBasotho.
My lord, can I just have a word with accused number 5?
Yeah.
I see his hand.
Sorry, so that picture is picture number what? Number 17. At what time was it taken, if it shows there?
My lord, can I come and respond on that?
Yeah, you
Thank
see.
you, my lord, for the court's indulgence.
What time does it reflect
My
there?
lord, that picture
Yeah.
was taken at 1700 hours, 28 minutes, 39 seconds.
39 seconds.
39 seconds, yes.
Okay.
May the court just bear with me, my lord, I'm just double checking.
Yeah, fine.
Thank you, my lord. Can I move on now? I'm done with the versions, my lord.
Yeah, fine.
Thank you. Brigadier, let's go to the transcript record, Doctor, of the 8th of September, 2023. My lord, I would like to put questions to the witness regarding the Exhibit AA. Exhibit AA is the statement of Constable SS Zongo, my lord, which was read into the record by Mr. Admissibility during cross-examination, my lord, on this date. Brigadier, I'm going to take you through the evidence of Constable Zongo, wherein it refers to your name
Yes, I'm listening, my lord.
and as well as your involvement in this case.
I'm listening, my lord.
You testified that you were appointed as the investigating officers of this case in 2019.
No,
In 20
I said 2018, my
November
lord.
2018.
Thank you, my lord. 12 November 2018.
I know
Correct.
the evidence
And-
better than you guys. Funny.
And it was yourself, Warrant Officer Makubu, Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi, and who was the fourth one?
Lieutenant Colonel Ramohala.
Ramohal.
And then in addition, then I said the custodian of the case, my lord, was the cold case unit, which then brought in then Sergeant Mohola and Mohane.
Ngishilo-ke ukuthi nge-12 sikaNovember 2018 ngaqokwa-ke ukuthi-ke phenye icala leli kwakuyimina warrant officer Makubo, Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi, Lieutenant Colonel Muhala, ngoba-ke i-case lena-ke yayingaphansi kwayo-ke i-cold case kwase kungena naye-ke Sergeant Muhula noMuhane.
Okay. For how long did you investigate together this case, the four of you who were appointed to investigate this matter? The four of you, for how long did you work together, if you ever worked? If you can just clarify
No,
that aspect for me.
It wasn't long, my lord, because by January 2019, when Docket 375 was registered, the differences were there. So the cracks happened right at the beginning. As I've said, when we had to analyze and come with a view as to what happened, we differed from there, so things just didn't kick off on the right direction, my lord. But there were times when we engaged together, but it just went off, and then subsequently the Docket 375 in January of 2019 was then registered, so things were worse by that time, my lord.
Ingabe-ke kube isikhathi esingakanani-ke nisebenza noba u-4-ke ndawonye akubanga-ke isikhathi eside-ke lokho ngoJanuwari-ke ka-2019 uma-ke sekurejistara noma sekuvela-ke idokodo leli u-375-ke ila kwasekuvele-ke ukuthi-ke kukhona-ke ukungaboni ngasonye kwase kukhona-ke kodwa ngoJanuwari ka-2019 ila izinto-ke zayisengasinhle khona-ke.
Okay. So as a result of the differences between the four of you, you then splitted, or you were then splitted?
We move apart, my lord. There was no directive. As a lead investigator, I never said they must stop reporting to me. They just decided not to report. And then that is why I said, even when a senior officer was appointed, this is Brigadier Perumal, where he wanted to get both dockets so that he can advise the National Commission. I gave him this docket. There was a refusal on the other side. So it was a situation that I didn't have control on. So we just moved apart completely, my lord, up to today.
Naseke ningasebenzi-ke ndaweni nihlukana-ke yebo-ke okwenzeka-ke ukuthi-ke nangesikhathi-ke manje sekukhona-ke uBrigadier Perumal okwakuyena-ke manje owayeyisenior-ke ngamnikeza-ke mina leli idokodo kodwa-ke ngakulolu uhlangothi abazange bamnikezeke asibanga ndawonye ukuthi sisebenze ndawonye kuze kube manje.
And the differences were about the evidence in this case.
Yeah, so I'll sum it up like this, my lord, to say it was about whether they were intruders or no intruders. That's the part I dealt with. That based on the evidence that was contained in the docket, I was of the view that they were intruders, and then the other two members were of the view that they were no intruders.
Lana esasihlukana khona-ke ngovo-ke kwakuwukuthi-ke ngokobufakazi kobukhona-ke kwidokodo ukuthi babe khona yini abantu abangena kuya muzi ngelanga-ke lesigameko. Mina ngangithi-ke yebo bakhona-ke babe laba ababili-ke ozwa kwethu bona-ke bethi cha akunabantu abangena.
At the time when you split it, I'll take it that this team of yours only survived for 4 months, November, December, January, February, up to March, wherein you split it of the following year.
My lord, there was no official splitting. As I said, there was no time where it was said on this date we must go a separate way. All I'm saying is that 12th November we get appointed, 2018. The first exercise is that we must read and analyze the docket. The difference starts there. But I'm saying now in 2019, when docket, in January, not even 4 months, just in January, when this docket 375 was read, because I was not even informed that it would be registered. I came to know about it from DPP Johannesburg, and I know that part of the things, that's why I said things got worse, because part of the assertions when I heard from DPP Johannesburg, it was making allegations that there is a statement of Mr. Thope which I apparently took and I did not place in the docket, which was completely untrue and incorrect, because the statement was in the docket and it has been in the docket, and it was not even the first statement, it was the fourth one. So that part was not accurate. So that's why I'm saying from January, my lord, 2019, things, just tend, but there's no specific date where any management or even from me where we said from today we are not going to work together. We just went apart all the way, man.
Akukho-ke la kwathiwa khona-ke kunosuku oluthizeke noma ilanga elithizeke la ekuthiwa khona-ke manje kwenziwa isimemezelo ukuthi sesiyehlukana sesasebenza ndawonye. Ngishilo ukuthi aqokwa-ke ngoNovember ka-2018, kodwa-ke ngoJanuwari ka-2019 uma-ke sekuvele leli idokodo u-375 engangingazi-ke ngalo mina ngatshelwa-ke eJoburg e-DPP kumahhovisi abashushisi-ke ukuthi kunaleli dokodo-ke futhi la esekuvela khona-ke insolo zokuthi-ke kunestatimende-ke sikaHlophe mina-ke engasikhipha noma engasifakanga khona lapho, kodwa ngaso sonke isikhathi nje lelo dokodo lelo statement leso sasikhona silapho. So kwakungoJanuwari nje emuva ukuthi siqokwe ngoNovember la manje esasesihlukene noma singasebenzi ndawonye.
Okay. So Brigadier, amongst the 4 of you as the investigating officers, who was in possession of the police docket of this case 636 that you are dealing with?
It was me, my lord. I was the custodian of it, insofar as the original docket, but the copies were made. I allowed the members right at the beginning to make copies of the entire docket so that each of us can analyze, come back. The intention, my lord, was that when we come back with an understanding as to what transpired on the crime scene, out of that, then, my lord, then an investigation plan then would have been drafted and would have obviously followed, guided by evidence, not anything else. So the original, me as the lead investigating officer, I retained the original docket, and the members were then made copies out of the original, my lord.
Idokodo leli-ke u-636 lalikumina-ke kodwa ngabavumela-ke ozakwethu laba-ke engangiphenya kanye ndawonye nabo-ke ukuthi-ke amakhophi bangaba nabo ukuze ukuthi-ke sicubunguleke umuntu nomuntu-ke ayicubunguleke ayibhekeleke ubufakazi-ke obabulapho bese siyabuya-ke siyahlangana-ke, kodwa i-original yalo idokodo lalikumina.
But at some stage, my lord, I think in January in particular, 2019, because I know when this allegation of 375 of a statement came up, the original docket at that stage was sitting at the DPP's office in Johannesburg because they wanted it for, for instructions, because DPP Joburg was involved. So at that stage, the original docket was sitting at the DPP.
Kodwa-ke ngoJanuary ka-2019 ke i-original ke docket leli ke yayi kuma-ofisi ke abashushisi i-DPP eJohannesburg.
Sorry, I didn't get you clear, Brigadier. What was the docket doing in DPP's Johannesburg?
My lord, DPP Johannesburg was seized with this matter from its inception. In other words, from 2014, after the incident happened, it was escalated. This before my time, but you can see that in the chain of communication. So DPP Johannesburg was dealing with this matter. When I was appointed to lead this team, we were appointed while the prosecutor's side was Johannesburg DPP. They were already on board. It was at a later stage where the NDPP gave a directive that it must now be moved from Johannesburg DPP to Pretoria DPP. That is why in around January 2019, the docket, the original, was sitting at DPP with the prosecutors. I think it was Advocate Dutoit was one of the prosecutors who was involved.
Engikushoyo ke ukuthi ke kusukela nje eqaleni ke kwalo icala leli ke ngo-2014 abashushisi ke kwakuyi-DPP eyase Johannesburg yiloko engikusho kwakukamuva ke uma ngabe sekuthatha isinqumo ke manje ukuthi idokodo leli ke noma ke alibe ngaphansi kwe-DPP iPretoria. Ingakho ngithi ke ngoJanuary ka-2019 idokodo leli ke original yakhona yayise-DPP eJohannesburg. Ngicabanga ukuthi kwaku-Advocate uDutoy.
Yes, and Advocate Market. What's the other name that I didn't hear the name that Advocate Chololo mentioned?
Zakwe?
Zakwe?
Yes.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember. There was a third advocate, but I don't think it was Zakwe, my lord.
Wayekhona ke wesithathu umshushisi ngicabanga ukuthi kwakuZakwe uMarket omunye ke abamshila.
But obviously the DPP also, Advocate Chauke was also working with you. No.
The DPP got involved, my lord, insofar as when there were these differences and the appointment of Brigadier Perumal. Not that he was actively involved. He's the DPP. He was coordinating, especially when there were these differences, to say he also supports the view, but from the management side, that perhaps there must be a coordinator who can read and advise the National Commissioner as to these two dockets, because that's my recollection when he was on board, but not that he was actively involved giving instructions. Advocate Dutoit was the most senior person, followed by Advocate Market, and there was this other third advocate. I just forgot his name, my lord.
Okwenzeka ke iDPP okwenzeka ukuthi ingale nkathi ke kubonakala ke ukuthi khona ke ukuhlukana ke kovo ke lana ukuthi ke abalekelele ke basho ke nokuthi futhi ke ukuthi kube khona ke umuntu ozo coordinator ke ozokhombisa ukuthi akwenzekeni uma kutholakala ukuthi ke elinye ithimba eliphenyayo lisho kanje elinye lisho kanjena manje ngoba ngisho ke ukuthi Advocate Dutoy kwakuyena ke osenior bese kulandela uMarket wayekhona ke nomunye futhi.
So in other words, there was a conflict regarding this case at that particular time?
There was no conflict, my lord. The docket from 2014 has been very clear. If you read the evidence that is there, that they were intruders. You simply have to look at the evidence, follow the evidence, analyze it. So I do not know as to what informed the other members that there were no intruders, because if you read the docket as I've explained it, my lord, when you analyze it, that's what you will find today. And what I've said today is what was contained in 2014 when this matter took place, my lord.
Ukusukela ke ngo-2014 ke qala nje noma ke move ukuthi isiganeko senzekile idokodo ke iyodwa ke into eyishiwo ke lapho ekuseyiyona ke eshiwo ke namanje ukuthi ngempela babe khona abantu abangena ke endlini. Angazi ukuthi yini eyabangela ke ukuthi abanyuzwa ke laba bona ke bakholelwe ukuthi ke cha kwakungenabantu abangena lapho.
Okay, thank you, Brigadier. At that point in time, February or March, when you say at the opening of the second docket, and when there was a separation, I don't know whether I should say it's a separation or it's going different ways with the other two investigating officer. At that time, when you separated, was there any evidence against the accused that are before court at that point in time?
No, there was no. So let's start perhaps with the date, my lord, in which 375 was opened. It was opened in January 2019. Okay. I just don't know the date, but it was January 2019. Yes. Secondly, at that time, when this 375 docket was opened, There was no evidence in the docket insofar as these accused are concerned or anyone. We were still investigating, my lord.
Okokuqala ke angiqale lana ukuthi ke idokotela lo 375 lona ke lavulwa ke ngoJanuary ka 2019 ngaleso sikhathi leso ke sokuvulwa ke lelo dokotela 375 kwakungekho ubufakazi ke obukhomba kubasolwa ke laba abaphambi kankantolo noma ke bukhomba sathi saphenya ke ngaleso sikhathi.
Okay, in respect of this docket now, 636, was there any evidence against the accused before this court at
No.
that time?
Yeah, so perhaps maybe my answer was not clear, my lord. When I said there was no evidence, I was relating to 636 because docket 375, I never had access to it. When I said I heard about it, I heard it from the grapevine. The first time I saw it, my lord, as I indicated, seeing the file, it was in 2019 at the office of the DPP in Pretoria, not necessarily reading it, but seeing the file when we met, myself, Brigadier Perumal, Lieutenant Colonel Buteles and Makobo at Advocate Baloi's office. That's where I saw the file, the docket itself. But where I had an opportunity to go through it, it was after it was disclosed in this court at the request of the defense. So I did not have access to that docket. The evidence I'm referring to in relation to this accused is insofar as docket 636 of 10/2014.
Uma ngithi ke kwakungenabufakazi obabukhona ke ngakubona la abasolwa ke laba phambi konkantolo ngikhuluma ngaleli ke idokodo u636 angikhulumi ngaye ke u375 ngoba nje kwakuyinzwa bathi ngaleso sikhathi ukuthi ke kunedokodo u375 hayi ukuthi mina ngalibheka ke ngase ngiyalifunda ke uma ngilifunda ke lelo dokodo lolo kwakungenkathi ke licelwa ke abameli khona ke la kuleli icala.
So at that time, there was no evidence against the accused before this court?
Yes, insofar as this docket, my lord, this one that is before court, no, there was nothing.
Yebo ngaleso sikhathi leso ke ngikhuluma ngaleli ke idokodo leli eliphambi konkantolo ke u636 kwakungekho ubufakazi ke ngabona abasola ngaleso sikhathi.
You guys, maybe it's because I'm particular with English. When you say there was no evidence, do you hear yourself? The right annotation should be at that stage, no evidence was discovered against any person. There was always evidence on the 26th of October 2014 after Senzo was killed. There was evidence. When it was discovered, that's what's critical. That's how I understand the language.
As the court pleases.
Understood, my lord.
You think I'm wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong, my lord.
Yeah,
No,
It's like Jesus Christ.
it is the matter of
They say
interpretation.
he went up on the third day. And you hear this after 20 years.
But I think the
Doesn't
witness,
change the initial.
but I think the witness was able to understand the question, my lord.
Yeah, but he's understanding it wrongly because you are saying there was no evidence. It's not true. As from the 26th of October 2014, after Senzo was killed or murdered, there was evidence. Whether it was discovered or not, that's another story.
My lord, I think let's leave it there for
Yes,
argument.
yes, yes,
Let's
yes.
leave it there for argument, my lord. Someone will understand it better. Let's proceed, Brigadier. Now, you have separated. And had the statement of Constable Zongo been obtained at that particular time? If I understand from the evidence, it had not yet.
No, it has not been obtained, my lord.
Okay.
Ngaleso sikhathi leso ke sisakhuluma ngaso ke ubufakazi bakhe ke noma istatement sakhe uConstable Zungu sathi ngekatholakala.
If we go into the record, because Constable Zongo testified that he approached General Lishabane. You were not there, that's why I'm narrating, Brigadier,
Yes,
you
my lord.
understand? Yes, you were not there. And then when he approached General Lishabane, the evidence is contained in this record. General Lishabane then called Warrant Officer Makubu, okay, to come and meet with Constable Zongo. Sorry, my lord, can I just double check the line? If we can go, just go on page 57 of the transcript record dated 8/9/2023, page 57, line number 60.
Yes, my lord, I'm here. I am on page 57.
Page 57. Line number 16 starts with General Shabane. After 30 minutes, you see that sentence?
Yes, I see
Yes.
it.
General Shabane shared the information with him, and Makubo refuted the information and told us that I am lying and that there is no such information and evidence that link Nkane, that is Fiso Kuhle Ntuli. He disputed everything I shared with them and said that I must reveal my source.
I'm listening, my lord.
Warrant Officer Makubu showed us a picture of Nkani and said he arrested Nkani on other matters in KwaZulu-Natal and that Nkani is not involved in the murder of Senzo Meyiwa as well as other suspects I have mentioned. He further accused me of coming to them with baseless information. He kept on insisting that I reveal my source and bring him.
Fundeka
Let me
ngale
pause
ndlela ke la advocate afunda khona ke uGeneral Shabane wase etshela ke yena uMakhubo wase emtshela ke uMakhubo yena ke wakuphikisa ke ukuthi ke lokho mina engibatshela kona ke nokuthi ke lokho sorry ngangibatshela amanga nokuthi ke leyo information leyo nokufakazi ke obukhuluma ngaye uNkani ngokuthi ke uSifiso Kuhle Nkani. My apologies, my lord. uGeneral Shabane wase emtshela ke uMakhubo yena ke wakuphikisa lokho wasitshela ke ukuthi ngiqamba amanga akukho information enjalo kanye nobufakazi obufaka yena ke uNkani ukuthi ke uSifiso Kuhle Ntuli waphikisa yonke into engangibatshela yona ethi ke angisho ukuthi lokho engikukhulumayo ngithathaphi. Warrant Officer Makhubo wase esitshengisa ke isithombe sakhe uNkani wathi ke wambopha uNkani embophela amanye amacala kwaZulu Natal nokuthi ke uNkani akasiyona ke ingxenye noma wayengekho ke uma kubulawa uSenzo Meyiwa kanye nabanye abasolwa labo engibashoyo noma engibashilo.
Brigadier, I understand you were not here. You were not part of this conversation. And also you were not in court when Constable Zungu testified. But my question to you, from what I read here, is that during the conversation between General Shabane and Warrant Officer Makubu, at this time when they met, Makubu demanded from Constable Zungu to give him a source, and Constable Zungu did not give him the source of the information he related to them.
I suppose, my lord, the record speaks for itself, so I'm not so sure how. What can I say, my lord? The advocate is saying I was not here, so and I was not part of that meeting, so I don't know what to say about it, my lord.
Ngiyazi ukuthi wawungekho ke lana kulomhlangano wawungekho ke nasenkantolo uma ke uConstable Zungu ethula ubufakazi ke kodwa ke kulokhu ke engikufundayo ke la ukuthi ke uWarrant Officer Makhubo wafuna ke kuyena uConstable Zungu ukuthi abatshele ukuthi lokhu abatshela kona ke noma asho ukuthi lobo abatshela kona ukuthatha kuphi. Yebo ke irecord liyayikhulumela ke ukuthi ke angazi ukuthi ngasiza kanjani.
Sorry, Colonel, if I was not clear. Actually, what I wanted to put to your attention is that when Zungu was asked to reveal the source of his information before he met with you, he could not give the source to the police officers that he was talking with.
My lord, but if you look at this record, no, from what we've read, it doesn't indicate that it happened on the date before he met me. So I'm not sure how do we come to that conclusion that this meeting took place before he met me. What is apparently clear if you read this passage is that I was already the investigation team because I was already appointed because my name is being mentioned that Kenenda, is one of the investigators, but a decision is taken to call Makubo. So that means the team was already appointed. And I indicated in my evidence in chief that Constable Zengu came to the office of the National Commissioner earlier in the beginning of 2019, my lord, when I was called by the National Commissioner. And then that conversation between us in finding his father went on until we met in November. So I don't have a date here as to when did this meeting happen. What is clear is that I was already appointed as the lead investigating officer from the passage that has been read to me. my lord.
Kuloko kufundiwe lana ke angazi ke ukuthi ke uma wenzeka lo mhlangano kwakunini ke ngoba ke angiyiboni ke idate la kodwa ke okucacepha ukuthi ke ngalesikhathi lesike salo mhlangano kwakuseyimina ke oseqoki kangisengiqokiwe ke ukuthi ngihole ke ithimba eliphenyayo lana ngoba ke igama lami kuyakhulunywa ngalo lana ke kodwa nje ukuthi ke kwakunini ke futhi ke uma siqala ke kwakungo 2019 uma ngihlangana naye ke uZungu ngikhuluma naye ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi ke ubaba wakhe angamletha nini ke kodwa lana idate ayikho.
Okay, thank you for that, Colonel. I'll clarify that as we go through the record, the period or the dates in which they met. But at some stage, General Shabane, Warrant Officer Makubu met with Constable Zungu, and Constable Zungu was asked to reveal the source, and he could not.
My lord, that's why I'm saying the difficulty, I was not there. But in principle, and I'm talking about now the police practice, you never ask a police officer to reveal a source. A source is someone, I'm not so sure even myself, even if I'm asked by the National Commissioner, that you can reveal a source. A source, and I'm quoting it from where I'm being asked now. How do you reveal a source, my lord? How do you ask another police officer to reveal a source? Because a source, you protect that person unless the person then wants to be revealed. But you don't reveal a source in natural practice of our investigations, my lord.
Emaphoyiseni ke futhi ke ngohlobo ngendlela ke esiphenya ngayo ke ukwenza kanjani ukuthi iphoyisa ubuze linye iphoyisa ukuthi lokho kushoyo ukuthatha kuphi ke noma ke nami bengabuzwa ke uyena ke uNational Commissioner ukuthi angisho ukuthi isource yami noma umuntu ongitshele lokho ukuthi ubani ke uyenza kanjani ngoba kufanele ukuthi loyo muntu loyo umvikele ngaphandleni kokuthi ke loyo muntu loyo ke akanankinga yena ukuthi umdalule.
Thank you, Brigadier. Let's go down further on the same page, paragraph 14. It says, in the same year, I received a call from the lady who identified herself as Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi, who said he was a forensic investigator in the murder of Senzo Meiwa. The officer asked to meet me in relation to the information I gave to Warrant Officer Makubu, and we agreed to meet at McDonald's Kempton Park. When we met, I realized that she was in the company of Warrant Officer Makubu. She asked me to repeat the information that I have shared with Warrant Officer Makubu, and I did. She further asked me about my relationship to the suspect, which I have explained. She also asked if I'm related and know Kelly Kumalo, and I told her I do not know her, nor I'm related to her, except for seeing her on social media. Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi accused me and General Shabane of trying to protect Ms. Kelly and shift the blame to the suspects I was mentioning. She told me that she has evidence that implicates Kelly in the murder and that shooter was one of those who were in the house. I disagreed with her based on the information I had and want discussions that we have no fruitful outcome. In other words, what I'm trying to bring to your attention, Brigadier, here is that the two investigating officers met with General Shabane and continued with involvement in this case to such an extent that they even interviewed or consulted with Constable Zungu, wherein they disputed the information that Constable Zungu gave to them.
My lord, so I'll start here with greatest respect to Docket Mshololo. The portions that we read does not indicate that both members met General Shabane. You can only see insofar as Warrant Officer Makubo meeting with General Shabane. Warrant Officer Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi and Warrant Officer Makubo met Mr. Zungu alone. That's at least that's how I'm reading it, my lord. So
yes,
that is
correct.
yes. So that is the first aspect, my lord.
Uma singaqala lana ke kuloko okufundiwe ke lana akukho la khona ke okushoyo ke ukuthi lamaphoyisa amabili uLieutenant Ken Buthelezi noWalter Samakhubo bahlangana naye ke uLishabane. Yebo uMakhubo yena ke wayekanye noLishabane kodwa lana uLieutenant Ken Buthelezi noMakhubo bahlangana bodwa ke naye uConstable uZungu.
Yeah, but the essence of my question is that the two investigating officers that we had been working with before, they also met with Constable Zungu and dismissed the evidence that was shared by Constable Zungu with them.
My lord, that's not how investigation is done. You don't dismiss evidence that is brought to you. You investigate, and the outcome of the investigation will give you the legal results. The correctly objective results will come out of the investigation. You cannot say when someone says this is a situation and based on your views, you simply say this is not true. Based on what? There must be an investigation, and then the outcome of the investigation will drive you to the right conclusion, my lord.
Akusiyona ke indlela yokwenza uphenyo ke leyo ukuthi uma umuntu eza kuweke ekutshela ke lokho akutshela kona wena ke usubuya chitha ke lokho uphikiseke lokho akushoyo ke ukwenza kanjani ke lokho noma ukwenza phezulu kwanike lokho ngoba uma umuntu ekutshela ke lokho akutshela kona ke uyahamba uyophenya ke bese kuba uphenyo ke oluzokudalulela ke kuloko okutsheliwe ke wena ukuthi wena kuvele nje uchithe lokho okutshelwayo.
Okay, so in other words, these two police officers were wrong for rejecting the information of Constable Zungu.
No, my lord. I don't want to be dragged to casting aspersions. I'm simply saying the administration correct process. If allegations are made on a matter that you are investigating, someone comes forward to you as an investigating officer and says, I'm giving you this information. These are the possible suspects who are involved. You can't, without evidence, simply say we are dismissing those things. You have to investigate. Then, based on the outcome of the investigation, you can then say this information is incorrect. But you cannot simply say, you cannot simply dismiss the information on the mere presentation of it to you.
Engikushoyo mina ke ukuthi nje cha awukwazi ukuthi uma ngabe umuntu kuwena ke ezake uma ke umphenyi noma umseshi akutsheleke lokho akutshele kona ubuse wena ke awukwamukelike uthi cha lokho kushoyo wena ke ayisikona kufanele uhambe ke uyophenya ukuphenyo ke yila usuzathola khona ke manje mayelana naloko okutsheliwe.
Is it also correct that you were also called by General Lishabane regarding the presence of Constable Zungu?
No. I was not called. I called him, my lord, when I was looking for Constable Zungu.
Akusiyena uGeneral Lishabane owashayela mina ucingo imina owashayela yena ucingo ngathi ke ngangifuna yena ke uConstable Zungu.
And did I get it correctly to say when you also firstly met with Constable Zungu, you also asked for the source?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No. He told me, my lord, there was no name, there was no mentioning of a source. He told me the information is coming from his father. And then I asked that he must then arrange his father to avail himself. And so there was no, the source never existed between my interaction with Constable Zungu.
Uma ngikhuluma naye ke Constable Zungu akukho la khona ke mina ke ngabuza ke ukuthi ke ubani okutshela lo uyena owazi kumina ukuthi lo lwazi analo ke walithola kubaba wakhe ngase ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi ke angamletha nini ubaba wakhe.
How did you trust the information given by a police officer who had been sitting with the information from 2014 up to 2019 and not disclosing it to any of the police?
My lord, it's not a question of trust, it's a question of investigation. When information is given to you, you investigate. The outcome of the investigation will lead you to the truth, to the objective truth. You simply investigate, you will get to the proper outcome, my lord.
Walithemba kanjani ke manje noma ke iphoyisa ke eyahlezi ke nento ke eliyazi noma nolwazi ke kusukela ngayo u2014 kwayoshaya ke u2019 engatsheli umuntu. Lokho ke akuhlangeneke nokuthemba kodwa ke udaba nje lokuthi ke lokuphenya ukuthi ke lokho okutshelwayo uyaphenya ke uphenyo yilona ke oluzokudalulela iqiniso.
My lord, can I ask that we adjourn for the day at this stage? I see that I misplaced my questions, my lord, and the records which I intended to use for this area of cross-examination. Can I ask, my lord, that we adjourn and I'll proceed on Monday?
Yes, Mr. Malawi, what's the view?
As you could please, my lord, we don't have objection to the request. But
The other councils?
As the court position, I do not have any objections. Similar, like, certainly not.
just
Can I mention something? Madam?
Yes, yes.
I did mention it. Monday and Tuesday, I'm swamped with interviews for judges, secretaries, my lord. I'm on the panel. I did mention it to the defense and the others, my lord, and they were having issues with me bringing another interpreter at this stage of the trial. So I'm just mentioning it, but Monday and Tuesday, we are having interviews for judges, secretaries, my lord.
So you won't be able to participate? Work here?
Not for Monday and Tuesday, my lord.
Yeah, there's a new one. This, Jonas is, as you have heard him, is the chief interpreter for the region. He's got to be in attendance when the decision is made to interview other interpreters
Judges, secretaries, my lord.
and judges secretaries. Consequently, he won't be available on Monday and Tuesday, am I correct?
We're having interviews for 2 days.
For 2 days. So it means we come back on Wednesday.
Yes, but we can come back on Wednesday, my lord.
my lord, the term ends today. We made special arrangements to sit next week. Can we maybe adjourn to Monday, see what arrangements can be made for Monday?
It's not me saying that. He's the one. He says that the sessions are on Monday and also Tuesday.
Yes.
So to say we must come here on Monday, it doesn't mean you won't be interviewing and making selections on Tuesday.
We'll see. We'll talk to Mr. Jonas to see if we can arrange. He can arrange for Mr. Ngobo, who usually.
As I'm
helps.
saying, I mentioned this to the defense. I was told that at this stage of the trial, it's a crucial one. They wouldn't appreciate another. I was told. I'm saying this on the record, my lord.
Well, let's adjourn until Monday, and Mr. Ngobo can then be arranged. We can take it from there. But before we adjourn, my lord, we just want to hand up this exhibit ZZ7, the affidavit of Ms. Yolanda Mwe. It's got 2 annexures, my lord. The affidavit itself is exhibit ZZ7 in brackets A. There's the her affidavit. Then there's a document setting out the personal details of the hirer. That will be exhibit ZZ7B. Then the last annexure, it's copies of the driver's license and bank cards. That will be exhibit ZZ7C.
So, Mr. Jonas, they said you have to finish this case. You, as the interpreter.
That is correct.
Hello?
Yes, my lord.
Who was telling you this?
I was having, okay, let me be specific. I was having a conversation with Advocate Msholo, my lord, and then she said at this stage, it's a crucial stage, and then they wouldn't appreciate another interpreter because an interpreter would come without information of the case, and the flow will be disturbed, my lord. That's
My lord, if I can respond, my lord. I confirm, my lord, that I did discuss with Mr. Jonas, my lord. After receiving complaints from the accused, my lord, about the previous interpreter which I've related to Mr. Jonas and the problems of the interpretation that they couldn't understand. Let me speak on behalf of my client, my lord.
So what do we do on Monday?
My lord, we suggest that we adjourn to Monday and see what arrangements can be made, but we must proceed on Monday. We have to finish Brigadier Gininda before we adjourn next week.
Okay, let's meet on Monday then.